internet. And welcome to the Monday Night Online Open Mic presented by the legendary New Eurekan Poets Cafe. I am your host for the evening. My name is Advocate of Wordz. Happy Monday to everyone. Happy Monday to everyone. And also a happy belated Mother's Day. Today's theme is maternal nature. We are going to get into that. We have a lot of people on our open mic list, so let's get right into it. We have been doing this for 110 weeks in a row. Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, we are streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and now on Twitter. So if you happen to be watching us on Facebook, YouTube, or on Twitter and you'd like to join us, the Zoom number is on the bottom, 279-995-364. It's going to be on the screen for a little bit. Make sure that you jot this down. And if you happen to be watching this sometime in the future, because this is recorded on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitter, that is the number. Lock it in every Monday, 279-995-364. We'd like to thank the National Endowment for the Arts, the New York State Council on the Arts, the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, the Amazon Literary Partnership, and the New York Community Trust for sponsoring our free online events. You too can help us with a tax-deductible donation by going to neweurekan.org/contribute or hitting us on the Cash App, New Eurekan Poets Cafe. Tonight's theme, maternal nature. I know Mother's Day was yesterday, but that's okay. No one's going to be mad if we celebrated an extra day. If you look on the right-hand side of the screen, you're going to see the upcoming themes for the Monday Night Online Open Mic. Next week is Light. In 2 weeks, we have Red Nose Day. That is when we bring about awareness to child poverty. Memorial Day, witty, bilingual, all of that stuff you can find on my Instagram and Twitter at Advocate of Wordz. When you spell words, that's with a Z at the end. Also, I got a YouTube channel, some interesting stuff on there. Just take some time to check it out. Advocate of Wordz. When you spell words, that's with a Z, W-O-R-D-Z. Okay, a few rules before we get into this. Poets, before I call your name, make sure you turn your camera on. We want to see your beautiful faces. We want to see you being expressive. And at the same time, we want to make sure that you have cleaned up your room. We are into voyeurism. I mean, we are poets. We want to know what's going on in your life. And in poetry, poets tend to give a lot of info. So make sure you have your camera on. We're looking to simulate an in-person open mic as much as possible. As well, please have your poem ready. If you're going analog style, make sure that you are turned to the page that your poem is on. If you have it on your computer or your phone, make sure that you have that file up right now so that we are not wasting time, because we did not come here to listen to dead air. We came here to hear your poems and to see if you cleaned your rooms. Each poet is going to be given 3 minutes to perform, not 3.5 minutes, but 3 minutes. And they are going to be given 30 seconds to introduce themselves. Quickly let the people know that they can find you online and all the beautiful things you're doing, because we have a ton of poets who are doing a lot of things outside of Mondays. On Mondays, you're here with me. But outside of Mondays, you need to fill up your time with some things, and you can't make it to the cafe, then you make sure that you follow every other person in the community. They got so much going on. It's a beautiful thing. I love it, and I'm big on encouraging it. Also, in terms of censorship, put the kids to bed. The founders of the New Eurekan Poets Cafe, when they started the open room, which was their open mic, they had no censorship. We want that real deal. Some of our poets like to use mommy and daddy language, wink, wink. And of course, on a more serious note, some of our poets tend to be very vulnerable, so you may hear some things that are a little bit triggering. Therefore, this is your warning. No censorship. Put the kids to bed. Also, after our poets perform, because they are giving up so much of themselves, we ask that when you see this message pop up on your screen, you click that blue button and unmute yourself, and you give our poets all the love in the world. It is not easy sharing your poetry, whether it is on the screen or whether it's on the stage. And who cares if your neighbors are pissed with all the noise you're making? You just live next to them. Who cares? Okay, our sign-up list is closed. Sign-ups begin 24 hours before the show on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. To sign up, you would go to our website, neweurekan.org, and click Full Events Calendar. After you do that, you would click the date that you were signing up for. Next week is May 16th. After that, you would then get yourself an artist RSVP ticket. It is the only way to get onto the open mic list. Get yourself a free artist RSVP ticket. The view RSVP ticket just means you just want to view it. The artist RSVP ticket is letting us know that you're an artist and you would like to share your poetry. A few things before we get into it. May 14th, this Saturday, is our next hybrid open mic. It is happening at 7 p.m. sharp. The doors open at 6:30 p.m. So if you would like to sign up in person, make sure that you get to the New York at 6:30. Also, the sign up list for hybrid, if you would like to join us online, is on the website. It costs $5 now for you to join, to sign up and perform. We only have 9 slots. I'll be talking about that a little bit later. As well, I'm going to be talking about the anthology, because we have done so much, 110 weeks of the Monday night online open mic, and we've done a ton of weeks with the Thursday night online open mic. Those of you who have performed on one of our open mics can submit your poems to our anthology. We are making a real-life book, Pinocchio. I'm telling you, I'm going to talk about that later on. As well, this Wednesday, the Wednesday Night Poetry Slam Open is back. I will be hosting it. Doors open at 8 p.m. I will be talking about that a little bit later, because I do want to get to the poetry. And these are the poets we are going to be hearing from tonight. Haven't heard from Vex Lex in a couple of weeks. Diane Ward. I am always excited to have me some Diane Ward. Tanice is back. Haven't heard from her in a couple of weeks as well. The Urban Cowboy Poet is back into the flow of things. Casey Ketch, who you usually find in the Thursday night online open mic, is going to be hanging out with us Monday, kids. I'm excited about that. We also have Ruth Kapapas. I hope I'm saying that right. If I'm not, when I call your name, you can correct me. Liz Minette, who hasn't been here in many, many, many moons. I'm happy that Liz is back. Also, Sydney Scaife is back. We haven't heard from Sydney in a while. And Professor Nicole Hernandez-McGuire is here. So with all that being said, we have heard my mouth enough. Let us get into the poetry. And we are going to be starting with Vex Lex. Let me unmute Vex. Also, a shout out to our sung hero producer, Mr. Ron Mark Thompson. We'll be hearing from him later on. Vex, you know the deal. Let the good folks know where they can find you online. And you got 3 minutes to rock out.
All right, thank you as always. You can find me on Instagram at VexLexPoetry. And I'm gonna do 2 pieces, both on theme. First one is pretty short. It's called Seen Together. A youthful mother with her first and only born, an excess of food, 2 rounds of margarita pitchers, seen together having a roaring good time in a city that has reopened its arms to allow for such merriment to occur once again. And my second poem is called Warrior. A brave or experienced soldier or fighter, according to Google. Mother, according to me. I cannot begin to imagine how you find the strength to rise from bed, shrug off yesterday's battles, and conquer today's troubles. Put in a thankless position, I can say wholeheartedly that you have outdone yourself. A picture of perseverance, a source of salvation. Who but you can handle the weight that has piled onto your shoulders throughout the years and manage to keep the remnants of a smile on your face? I can only hope to one day become the woman you've always dreamt for me to be. A warrior, carrying on your legacy. Thank you.
Unmute yourselves and make some noise for Vex Lex, y'all.
Let's go. Set it off on here. Let's go.
Yes.
Vex Lex, who we haven't seen in a while in the cafe. Hint, hint. I hope we're seeing you this weekend. There's a mainstay here at the Monday Night Online Open Mic. Vex, make sure you put your info into the chat. And of course, as always, poets, make sure you have your Zoom chat open. People always say nice things about you. You can also put your info where people can follow you on there. And as well, you have the option to change your Zoom name to include your social media handle so people can give you a follow. All right, let's keep this puppy going. We are now going with the Beanie God, Deadpan Lizzie, Elizabeth Strauss. That is not three different people. That's just three different names we have with her. Lizzie, it's good to see you, Deadpan Lizzie. Let the folks know where they can find you online, aside from finding you at Hybrid and Karaoke this Saturday, because karaoke's right after Hybrid, y'all. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later on as well. But let them know where they can find you online until they get to see you this weekend, and then the floor is yours.
Good to see you, Beanie Brother, Beanie Blessings community. Yes, I will be there this weekend supporting Hybrid and everyone. And of course, my brother, Paul Conquesa, who is an amazing karaoke host. You can find me online, ES_Strauss on Instagram. This piece is called I Am Right. Chattel, language I use in real estate daily. Chattel, personal property. How you treat us with uteruses, the U word, a beautiful word in Oregon. I understand some may not use this language, but these excuses are getting out of hand. It's not solely about women's rights. It's about any gender that has a uterus. Anyone can make a decision about their bodies, our bodies, my body, my right. We have been making decisions for ourselves and the rest of you since the beginning of time, before the dinosaurs roamed the earth, trying to advise you to not go down the point of no return. Eve did tell Adam to not eat the fruit from the tree of life, and he did it anyway. Those of us with uteruses do not like to get burned, but as the flames draw in closer, my face and body melting off with my rights. I am a queer Jewish bigender woman. My rights are becoming slim to none, making my stomach turn faster than a carnival ride, throwing up my insides. Let us off this tilt-a-whirl already, shedding tears no one deserves back into Mother Earth without my consent. Mother Gaia, help us, please. When did us with uteruses give you consent to say what is correct for our bodies? We are not chained to you. We are not a frat party game. Only we know independently what is best for us. So listen the fuck up. Enough is enough. Roe v. Wade must remain the law of the land, where you say we are free to be you and me. So row your boat, GOP, back to Valueville, because rushing justices who are not qualified to serve for life in the highest court in the land will never be okay, where we should be able to live peacefully with all our reproductive rights intact. So Nancy, Madeline, Hillary, Kamala, the coolest Mamala, Amy, Kirsten, Elizabeth, Sonia, Elena, Katanji, and Mother Ginsburg, there will be 9 when we vote them the fuck out. Thank you.
Unmute yourselves and give it up for Deadpan Lizzie.
Oh, Deadpan dope as always. Let's go.
Thank you.
Some very adult language used there, but you were warned about it. You were warned, Deadpan Lizzie, the beanie god. I got my beanie on as well, rocking out with her. Make sure that you go and give her a follow online. She is involved in many other things, as well as working on her anthology. On anthology, you say, yeah, this is why you got to follow her so you know what she's doing. Also, poets, I put the next 5 poets who are coming up to the mic in the Zoom chat, another reason to open it up. And if you saw at the top of that list, that is the next man here whose behavior we constantly encourage, and that is my man, Propaganda Poet. Brother, you know the deal. Let the good folks know where they can find you online, and then the floor is yours.
Thank you all. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for listening. Much respect to the mothers who know how to mother. I did not have that experience, so content warning, different experience. This is called Mother Can Be Half a Word. In the words of J.O. Barr from The Crow, mother is the name for God in the lips and hearts of children. Now, I may be starved for your affections, but I refuse to eat my words. I'd rather curds and whey the way you're acting like a black widow, even though all 5 of your husbands are still alive to tell a tale about how they survived. Barely. Even after years of silence, there's still violence in your voice and venom in your predetermined choices to lie through life one man at a time until you find one that will actually buy into your declining stock before it crashes. Now, I'm sorry if my tongue lashes, but I did learn from the best that to invest in my future, I have to manipulate the now. And I wish I could thank you for showing me how, but I tried it your way, and it just ain't mine. So, mother, may I spit a rhyme about a time when you didn't leave me sifting through shadows, searching for my own remains, an identity archaeologist I've become. I've grown tired of digging till my heart goes numb, because my mixed blood just doesn't know which hole to fill. Mother, may I spit a piece about a time when playground fights were all the hype, and I was the one who came out on top until my 4th grade teacher beat it into my skull repeatedly on display for the entire class to see that I should stop all this nonsense. But I will not let my sense go non. No, I continue to kick this soapbox while others are trying to rock it to sleep. You see, unlike you, I intend to keep up with the poets, not the Joneses. Mother, may I spit some peace so others can feel a little less grief, if somehow they've been through the same shit as you and me. This sea is large enough for us all to set sail. So may the good winds prevail and take us to another land. Let us see through this plan of the man and finally understand that all we got to do is be good to each other. So mother, may I spit some words with action verbs until the call is heard, until the ink bleeds off my page, leaving something other than rage because shit still ain't right. So mother, may I spit some love without having to shove your baggage aside or worrying about whether or not you lied again. In the end, will either of us even remember what it was like not to feel this need to hide, but to actually feel pride, which is exactly why I now reside inside this global poetry family. Thank you for listening.
Unmute yourselves and encourage this man's behavior.
Oh, Prop, that's how you do it. Always dope, Prop.
I love that. It was
Always dope,
wonderful.
Prop.
Propaganda poet. Make sure you give this dude a follow. I know he be doing his own thing on Sundays. You can check him out on Instagram. Prop, put all your information into the chat. And of course, Mother's Day could be difficult for some. We do want to celebrate the moms and the titis and the abuelas and all of that. But also there's some who've had difficult or relationships with their moms or no relationship with their moms at all. So, or some of us, you know, our moms have passed away. So my love to all of y'all as well. My mom passed away. It's going to be 4 years this June. So I was a little sad yesterday, but even with my sadness, I hope that all of y'all who celebrated Mother's Day enjoy it. Make sure y'all enjoy it, especially for those of us who have a difficult time enjoying it right now. So Prop, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for opening up your heart and soul, man. All right, next coming up is Diane Ward. I love me some Diane Ward. I love her poetry. I love seeing her beautiful face in that box on Zoom. I love seeing her beautiful face in person. Diane Ward is also a teaching artist, a poet, and she has captured my heart. And even Diane Ward is so awesome. Even my girlfriend, Mariella Salazar, doesn't give me problems about it when I go on about me and Diane Ward. Diane Ward, it is good to see you. The floor is yours. I am all ears and all eyes for you.
Thank you. Can you hear me? You can hear me? Yes? Okay.
Loud and clear. Go ahead.
Thank you. Also, happy Mother's Day, happy Auntie Day, happy Godmother Day, nice neighbor lady day, whatever. There are some people that mother. And in Islander month, which is this month, I write this piece. It's called Cranes and I Jazz Dance. She moved with a grace reminding me of water. She had a mountainous spirit. She moved with grace, explaining how my hand has a natural curve. My waist follows a stream, and my feet plant as they must. She had a mountainous spirit. Then she mentioned her birthplace. She only mentioned it once. That's all I needed because I hadn't known of these places in America. I hadn't met anyone born in a detainee center in California because of their heritage. I already appear as if I could anticipate enslavement, could be enslaved again, for I am Black and don't outwardly appear as any other, which would only compound my enslavement pool-worthy reasonings to some Americans. Her birth circumstance needs to pain America and not forgotten like the birth pains mothers forgive when bringing their bloodlines into this life form. But these are birthing pains to remember. Her mother's fears of what could have happened to her baby. Will she be taken from me? I thought she may have pondered. The agony of every plantation raped Black woman on so many continents. But oh, here? the loss of freedom to birth my dance teacher in peace, surrounded by a different kind of love. The baby in a stable of confinement being born in the camp of her lookalikes, her kind, in this country, a similar war strategy against us hued, what? Included my teacher. I hope I made her proud as I included American Sign Language with movement by teaching choreography, my public performances and solos. My teacher, her daughter named Miwa, was just a little girl back then, watched us explore dance. I have thought of you, my wonderful teacher, born in a concentration camp in America. We danced, and she taught me through her beautiful, non-round eyes. The air moved out of her way as she reminded me of water gently carving through mountains of distrust and racist fears. She saw beautiful strength within my small frame to move others in movement, and so I write this as a tesoro tendu. She remains in my heart to this day. Cranes and I don't need shoes to dance on shores surrounded by pebbles that were once mountains that water lapped through time. Her mother held her in her lap and swathed her softly, maintaining her life in an American concentration camp. Her non-round eyes must have momentarily widened, then settled into her natural beauty. Her grace and mountainous spirit found dancing years later with a then neophyte who now folds cranes with these same hands, whose natural curves dance slower while deliberately make not straight creased but jazzy fashioned cranes in her honor. Thank you.
Mute yourselves. Give it up for
Oh,
Diane
beautiful.
Ward.
Beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful,
Yes,
Diane.
Unbelievable.
Always.
Always amazing, Miss
Wow.
Diane. Always a pleasure to hear your poetry. Always.
Yes.
Diane Ward, you cannot find her on social media because she is exclusive, but every now and then you will find her here on the Monday Night Online Open Mic. That's right, she's not a witness protection program, she is VIP. She is exclusive. Diane Ward, thank you so much for sharing your poetry. That was beautiful. Air moves out of her way. Oh, like I love that line. I was like, oh, I wish I wrote it. I wish I wrote it. Thank you, Diane. You see why I'm in love with this woman? She is fantastic, and who she is online is who she is in person. I'm excited to possibly get her to come back to the cafe sometime soon. Hint, hint. Hint, hint. Okay, with that being said, and Mariella will be in this weekend. Hint, 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 hint. Come on, Diane. I hope to see you. Okay, let us keep moving forward. Now, this next voice you're going to hear, you probably have already been hearing a little bit of him today because when it comes to showering our poets with love, he is being obnoxiously loud and unmuting himself and not giving a you know what about his neighbors because he's here for the community. And that's my man in Florida, Gustav Salas. Gustav, let the good folks know where they can find you online. Oh, he just put it in the chat. He's ready. All right, brother, the floor is yours. We ready to hear it.
I have 3 new pieces and I'm going to get to them quick. If men could get pregnant, abortion would be a religious sacrament. You would be able to get the morning after pill at 7-Eleven in Cool Ranch and flaming hot flavors. This is not about protecting life. It is about controlling women. If they cared about life, they would vote to feed children. If they would vote to house children, they would vote to give them health insurance, they would vote to educate them, but they don't. They are not pro-life. They are just forcing women to give birth, and that is cruel and unusual in the extreme. Women are not domestic infant suppliers, you medieval monsters. I urge all of you to stand for women's bodily autonomy and vote in November as if your rights depend on it, because they do. Thank you. I have 2 more. Behold our loving energy. When stars align, it's syzygy. New poets, creative diversity. We spit in the face of adversity. Born on wings of eloquence, dropping truths of consequence. Letters forming words of magic, transforming trauma and the tragic. Distill from pain the raw emotion. Pours on the page like an ocean. We keep writing so we don't drown. With every adjective, adverb, verb, and noun, thoughts coalesce that will astound. Watch these weirdos get profound. On Monday night, the place to be, Nuyorican open mic, you'll see our voices coming down the wire. We set this fucking Zoom on fire. This is called glossolalia. I'll wrap around you like a vine, sinuously will intertwine. Speaking in tongues is glossolalia. I celebrate your body, a Saturnalia, exchanging glances and DNA, an all-consuming passion play. Face to face or 69, I'm famished, on you I dine. One taste of you, I'm delirious. You're a drug, but not deleterious. I want to feel you in my veins. You're hot, that's true, but you've got brains. The sexiest organs inside that cranium, generating heat like it's uranium, burn down beds like pyromaniacs, writhing, screaming to a massive climax. Cheers.
Unmute yourselves and give it up for Gustav Salas.
Oh, Gustav.
Yes.
Oh my God, yes.
Rewind that.
Shouting from the rooftops.
Oh,
So good.
oh.
Where else can you get away with saying they'd have Plan B in ranch flavor? Like, right? Like, where else? I love that. Like, Gustav Salas. Make sure you give this man a follow. Gustav, put your info into the chat. Again, I think you got some new fans or some people who are going to unfollow you and then follow you again just so you get that notification. They got that love for you. Gustav Salas, my man. He always brings that energy. I love it. I love it. All right. We are now going to Honey Long. Tanish Kaur is next, who actually does her own thing on Instagram on Sundays. Tanish, let the good folks know where they can find you online and not just your website, which is beautifully put right there in her Zoom box. Let them know where they can find you on Instagram and all that good stuff, and then we ready for your fire.
Okay, you can find me at Tanish Cantos on Instagram and also YouTube. And it took a minute to realize or to figure out what to read, so I've just got 2 short ones. A dip in the womb. Waves elastic as skin drinking from the ocean, breathing a millennia of creatures whose bones whisper secrets only your submerged feet can hear. Listen to the rhythm of our bodies flooding, we are fish on land. Swimming in the depths of the ocean, we never get to walk on the surface. Floating on our backs, curving with the waves, we float up, down, surrounded by what we're made of, what engrosses us, pouring into our pores, a kind of breathing. Dip your head back, your ears seashells. Hear the symphony, the warble of the womb. And then this last one is called Mother Nature. We begin as seeds, fertilized we grow. We are leaves, sprouting into the world. Through our mother's cave, we will be trees living after we die, breathing, regrowing with the seasons as we change. If we're lucky, if we know ourselves, our purpose, origins, earth, we won't scream as we surrender to the mother who gave us birth. Thank you.
Ooh, unmute yourselves. Give it up for Tanisha.
Wow. Tanish.
Voice.
Beauty in stereo.
Nice.
I think in the chat, those of us here on Zoom looking in the chat, I think there was Jerome put it best. Tanish needs to make a meditation app. Tanish, you make that meditation app. We need that. We need that voice. We need your words. You are going to become super rich. And then you're not going to want to come on the Monday night online open mic anymore. All right, forget that. Forget the meditation app. Bad idea. Bad idea. Just come on the Monday night online open mic. Tanish Kaur, make sure that you go give her a follow. All right, some shout outs to some people who are not on the open mic list, like Brooklyn's own Mia Aguilera, Never Queen. So she is a queen, Never Queens. Brooklyn's own Mia Aguilera. I appreciate you checking this out, Mia. She will cut you. Don't let that nice, innocent smile fool you. She will cut you. Brooklyn in the house. Also, I see my man Elemental checking us out. He is loud and obnoxious, just like Gustav when he is ready to cheer for the poets. He does not care about the neighbors. The neighbors should be checking out the Monday night online open mic. Anyway, I also see that we have a newcomer here, Shella D. I don't know who Shella is, but thank you for checking us out. I hope that you were enjoying yourself. Marsha Rivera is in the Zoom building. If I had my hat on, I'd be doing the Marsha Rivera, which is you put your head, your brim down low like Brooklyn. You don't know who's checking you out. We also have someone, Sydney, checking us out. I don't know if that's Sydney Scaife or someone else, Sydney. I'm not sure. We're going to find out later. If it's not Sydney Scaife, thank you for checking us out. If it is Sydney Scaife, we're going to hear from Sydney in a little bit. Who else do I got here that has not signed up? And then we'll move on to the next poet. Let me just mention one more person. And also someone named Stephanie is here. I don't know who Stephanie is, but Stephanie, thank you for checking us out. I hope you're enjoying the poetry. All right, let's keep it moving. I will get back to shouting out more people. Right now, we are going to the Platinum Professor himself, right? That name sounds like he should be in a Marvel movie or something, the Platinum Professor. He should have been in the Multiverse of Madness in Doctor Strange. And that is our man, Doug Silver. Brother, it's a pleasure to see you as always. Let the folk, oh wait, you don't have social media either. You are exclusive as well. You see how awesome the Monday Night Online Open Mic is? All right, Douglas. The floor is yours. A pleasure to see you as always, brother.
Thank you, Advocate. Great to see you as always, and all the poets before and after me. I'm looking forward to it. This one's on theme. It's about my mother, and it's called Chuckle. It's when I'm driving to work, to school again, and I pass that 15-foot tall, inflatable, dancing, Gumby-like advertiser, advertising seemingly, tirelessly, I don't know what, vaping maybe. And when it does that twitch with its head and shoulders, Michael Jackson-like in his prime, that I hear you laughing, just a chuckle really in the backseat of my car, but I hear you still, and it's been 20 years at least since you've been here with me and us and all of this. How can I define your childlikeness, your ability to laugh after all these years at the some things I can only frown upon? Maybe it's true, as the social scientists say, that we enter or perhaps re-enter a sort of childlikeness as we approach the very end. But with you, I think it's not quite that, unless I'm avoiding the inevitable that's surely on its way, if not here, half already. Or maybe you never left it, that innocence, away from the arrogance, the privilege of simplicity before the criticisms meant to drag you down as it lifts them up. So we're all together in this mediocrity at best. Yet you somehow refuse to play that game, their game, and somehow remain so long aloof, distant from, slightly above, below, or maybe beside, away from, apart from their definitions, their limitations, their judgments, and blissfully, innocently, smilingly there, somehow seemingly oblivious with an all-seeing blindness to all they think they might know, and what they might not know about you. Thank you very much, everybody.
Unmute yourselves. Give it up for my man, Doug
All-seeing
Silver.
blindness.
Yeah, the all-seeing blindness was dope, Doug.
Yeah,
Dope. Way to bring that. Dope.
People went crazy in Zoom for Platinum Professor. The Professor, Professor Platinum, I'm sorry, I'm dyslexic. Make sure that you always come back here on Monday nights so you can check out more of Doug Silver. Love having this dude with us. I want to give a shout out to the people checking us out on YouTube, including, and I'm going to say this name wrong possibly, Marrero Nicholas 5. I think I said that right. Marrero Nicholas 5. Appreciate you checking us out. Also, they got the Monday on-site open mic going on, so you may hear some noise in the background. But we're going to keep it moving because this person's going to bring some noise, even with her super sweet voice and her terrorizing name, Tara Lee, a published author herself and the mainstay here in the Monday Night Online Open Mic. Tara, let the folks know where they can find you online, and then we're ready for you to tear it up.
Thank you. Hey, everybody. It's good to be back. You can find me here. I don't know the screen. There we go. You can find me here. I'm going to be posting some events that I'll be in later on my website, so check it out. Mother's Day. I have 2 poems for y'all. I have 2 poems, brand new poems too. All right. We're sitting in the library, whispering about our dead. The way his chest doesn't feel right, even though he has rested. I pointed out the stress, how it's a tumor still wrapped around his lungs and it's slowly creeping to his heart. He tells me he's fine, that I should worry about myself, that he's got ways to cope. He doesn't know that this is mine, that I turn blind eyes to my own stress just by helping someone else, that I'm already a mother, adopting my friends long enough to be there for them, that I try to hold somebody just because I can't hold myself. He won't take it, being cared for by someone else, but I'm still there. Thank you. I got one more for y'all. This Mother's Day was a little crazy with my time management. So I'm gonna count this as another gift to my mom who is listening in the other room. She doesn't like hugs, has even told me she can't handle when I'm crying. We don't talk about our feelings, and don't get me started on our anger. Half the time, I wonder if she really cares. But every day I come to this stage, she sits right there. Every event, she's spending money, making sure the camera's ready. You better watch out if you interrupt me. My mama's love doesn't come from ordinary means. It's her actions that really count. Thank you, everybody.
Unmute yourselves. Give it up for Tara Lee and Mama Lee.
Yes.
Nice.
Love it through the actions. I love it. Shout out to Mama Lee. I'm glad you were listening in. I hope you enjoy the Monday Night Online Open Mic as well. Don't ever be afraid to jump on camera. We dying to see you. We dying to see you. Tara Lee, make sure you go give her a follow. She has published 2 books. Go give her a follow. Oh, is Mama Lee coming over? Is Mama Lee? Oh, Mama Lee's coming over. I got spotlighted for everyone. I got spotlight. Ah, there she is. Wait. Like, I gotta unmute so we can hear Mama Lee. Y'all know I'm about that family. Hold on. Where's the unmute? Why can't I find the unmute button now? Wait, I'm about to ask you. Unmute yourself, Tara. Mama Lee, how are you?
Fine, thank you. How about yourself?
I'm good. It is a pleasure to meet you. I am so happy to hear that you weren't willing to hurt someone who's going to interrupt your daughter when she is performing. That's what I'm born and raised in the Bronx, so I like that kind of stuff. So that is awesome. How was your Mother's Day?
It was weird. Issues with my daughter's cat.
I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you feel the appreciation, though.
I do.
Awesome. Well, listen, we love having your daughter here. She is fantastic, and you are always welcome to join us as well, okay? I want you to know that. You're always welcome to join us inside the cafe or here on Zoom with us, okay?
Sounds good.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy your evening.
Okay, thank you. You too.
Shout out to Mama Lee. Love that, love that, love that. You know, I'm big on family over here. I'm so happy we were able to get her mom on. Woo, that's why I love being the host, right? I love it. Like sometimes I could be like, this is what I want y'all to do, and y'all do it. That is so awesome. In my real life, I don't have that power, not even over my own kid. But here, there's something in the Zoomverse that I got it. So shout out to Tara Lee and shout out to her mom. All right, I'm actually trying to stall because this next poet really don't want him to come up, but he has signed up. So I have to let him come up because my girlfriend got a thing for him. So yeah, I mean, you know, if y'all want to give love to the urban cowboy poet, y'all can give love to the urban cowboy poet. But I really can't because, you know, like I said, my girlfriend, she like him so much. So yeah, hi, urban cowboy poet. I guess you could tell people where to find you online, and I guess that you could perform now. The floor is yours. Good to see you, man.
Hi there. You can see me at Urban Cowboy Poetry on Facebook or YouTube. I got my love for my mom. I am so lucky to have the mother that I had. This is my tribute. So get ready for some toe tapping and knee slapping. Well, life in my family was really kind of cool. We were loved and supported when we were going to school. My mama raised the 6 of us to be nobody's fool. Thank God I'm my mama's boy. Music, love, and laughter were my mom and dad thing. Daddy taught me to be funny. Mama taught me how to sing. They're role models of Jesus and Martin Luther King. Thank God I'm my mama's boy. Well, I got me 3 sisters and I got me 2 brothers, and I would never trade them for any others. We were all so lucky we were raised by my mother. Thank God I'm my mama's boy. Mama taught me to be fair and to treat all people right. Don't go thinking I'm special just because I'm white. Try to be understanding of everybody's plight. Thank God I'm my mama's boy. She said, say what you mean and you won't have to fear. Don't just tell people what they want to hear. You stack up, be as honest as a full-length mirror. Thank God I'm my mama's boy. Well, I got me 3 sisters and I got me 2 brothers, and I would never trade them for any others. We were all so lucky we were raised by my mother. Thank God I'm my mama's boy. She said, with music in your life, you can't go wrong. So she taught the 6 of us to raise our voice in song. Only one of us we wish would just hum along. Thank God I'm my mama's boy. She said, all people got the right to be what they can. It doesn't matter if you're a woman or a man. If you see an injustice, you got to take a stand. Thank God I'm my mama's boy. Well, I got me 3 sisters and I got me 2 brothers, and I would never trade them for any others. We were all so lucky we were raised by my mother. Thank God I'm my mama's boy. When kids bully us or teachers treat us unfair, or our spouses do us wrong, then from out of nowhere, mom shows up to defend us like a big old mother bear. Thank God I'm my mama's boy. My folks were kind to each other every single day. My mama loved my daddy up until he passed away. I've emulated them to be the man I am today. Thank God I'm my mama's boy. Well, I got me 3 sisters and I got me 2 brothers, and I would never trade them for any others. We were all so lucky we were raised by my mother. Woo! Thank God I'm my mama's boy. Thank you.
Unmute yourselves for the legend himself, the urban cowboy poet.
Always love our mom.
Awesome. Yeah.
Oh God.
Enough clapping for him, enough giving him love. My girlfriend loves him too much as is, y'all. Don't give her any thoughts right there. The urban cowboy poet, go check him out on YouTube. A mainstay here at the Monday Night Online Open Mic. Love having him on. And he also rocked out last month at karaoke where he killed it. He was all dressed up and everything. This man was all types of awesome. All right, before we move forward, because I see that we have had some people join us a little late. This is the Monday Night Online Open Mic presented by the legendary New Eurekan Poets Cafe. If you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube, because we are streaming on there, and you'd like to join us on Zoom so you can send a nice message to our poets, just like the Urban Cowboy Poet, there's the Zoom number 279-995-364. We do this every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Pacific. You can also find me, the Monday night host, on Instagram and Twitter at Advocate of Wordz. When you spell Wordz, that's with a Z, W-O-R-D-Z, because I like to break the rules, and I'm born and raised in the Bronx and hip hop. What? I'm also on YouTube. I got some pretty cool things on there. Also, our list is closed. The sign up list opens 24 hours before the show and Sunday at 8 p.m. To sign up, you'd go to newyorekan.org and click full events calendar. After doing that, you would click the date you want to sign up for. So next week is the 16th. All of the poets that you're hearing tonight are not going to be able to sign up next week because we have a rule where poets cannot perform in consecutive weeks because a lot of people are trying to sign up, and we want to hear as many awesome voices. We want to hear new voices as well. So it's going to be open next week, May 16th. Click on that date. When you do so, get the artist RSVP ticket. It's the only way to get onto the open mic list. Also, I'd like to let you know that this Wednesday night we have the Poetry Slam open. It is beginning again. The winner of the Poetry Slam. Now, a Poetry Slam is you got 3 minutes to rock out. You're going to be judged from a score of 0.0 to a 10.0. 10.0, greatest poem you ever heard in your life. 0.0 is like the worst poem you ever heard in your life. You'd rather relive your traumatic childhood than have to listen to another minute of that poem. No one gets zeros, by the way. But anyway, then the winner will get invited to a Friday night slam where they get to compete to be the Grand Slam champion of the New Yorekan Poets Cafe. And that's every Wednesday except the first Wednesday of the month. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern right here inside the cafe. I get to host it and I love it. Also, you are hearing a lot of wonderful poets we've had. For 110 weeks, I have heard all the wonderful poets we've had. And I decided that I think we need to put this in book form. So we are doing an anthology. You'll see the rules right there on the right-hand side of the screen. Poets can submit up to a maximum of 5 poems. Each submitted poem must include the date it was read on a Monday or Thursday night online open mic. The poem has to have been read on a Monday or Thursday night online open mic. And the poems are to be sent in a single file, either as a PDF or as a Word document, and you just submit them to me at my email, advocateofwords@gmail. All styles and languages are welcome, just like our Monday and Thursday night online open mic. More of that info could be found on the New Yorekan Poets Cafe's Instagram or on my Instagram. As well, this Sunday we are back to writing our books. Let's write a book of poems. If you're interested in that, hit me up. I can give you all the details. We just went through 2 weeks of editing. We're about to get back to our different types of writing prompts. We are having so much fun with it. You can either join us in the cafe. You can join us in the cafe, or you can join us via Zoom. It is all the same from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm having me a good old time, and I think the people joining us are having a good old time. And they're also like building their own kind of like subgroups. We have this one group that kind of like talks to each other about having to write happy poems and stuff. It's like everyone's keeping each other accountable. It is freaking awesome. Let's write a book of poems. That info could be found on my Instagram as well and on the New Yorekan website, newyorekan.org. As well, as I said, May 14th, the hybrid open mic is back. I am excited about this. Our doors open at 6:30 p.m. So if you want to come to the cafe and perform, make sure you get here by 6:30. You can sign up and perform. If you would like to join us via Zoom, because half the open mic is joining us from Zoom, make sure you go over to the website, newyorekan.org, click full events calendar. Then you would go to May 14th and you can sign up. We only have 9 slots available, so make sure you get over there to sign up ASAP. The sign up list is open. As well, is that it? Yep. Okay, that is it. Let us get back to the poetry. With that being said, who is next? I have gotten lost here. Casey Catch. Casey is back to hanging out with us. Casey can be found in the Thursday night online open mic, which I'll talk about in a second. But right now, we are ready to hear Casey's poetry. Casey, let the folks know where they can find you online, and then the floor is yours. Good to see you again.
Thank you. Sorry, just got something caught in my throat. You can find me on Instagram at createdby.casey. I'll add it in the comments when I'm all done. And tonight I'm going to be reading a poem, a short poem called Vestiges and Remains. Even after the sun sets, I can still feel her warmth on my skin and carry the freckles she bestowed upon me. The night comes, and with it, the vestiges of our celestial fire, the remnants of the day, and the remains of sunshine, ice melted, flowers bloomed, children with suntans and ice cream stains. But what will I leave behind when my day is done? Will I leave reminders on the skin of my sons of just how much their mother loves them? When the night comes, will they cower in darkness or remember that the sun always rises again? Will I make the flowers in them bloom? My only wish is that my remnants do not haunt them, leave them chasing ghosts or what ifs. Be at peace, because just like the sun, I will always return, and when the night falls, my vestiges will remain with you. Thank you.
Ooh, unmute yourselves and give it up for Casey Catch, y'all.
Casey!
Go, Casey. That's how you bring that heat on Monday. Let's go.
To follow more, to get more on Casey, you can follow the Instagram at createdby.Casey, K-A-C-I-E, Casey. Also likes to hang out the Thursday night online open mic, which is every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern, and that's hosted by Ray Jane. Thank you, Casey. You know you can hang out on Mondays too, okay, Casey? We love having you on Thursdays, but we want you here on Mondays too, okay? Casey Catch, y'all. Also want to give a shout out to some people who are watching us on YouTube and leaving some comments. To Naima Baptiste Mohammed. Naima, I think it's Naima. If I'm saying your name wrong, I'm so sorry. Thank you for checking us out on YouTube. Also, our brother in Japan, Poetak, is listening in on YouTube. Y'all are entertaining people all across the platforms. I appreciate y'all. So, we got a couple more people coming up. Well, we got more than a couple more people. We got a lot more people. So, coming back from work in time, Marilee Johnson making that dollar and then coming over here and giving us that holla with her poetry. Marilee Johnson, Marilee, it's good to see you. I'm glad that you got here on time. The floor is yours. I'm ready for your goodness.
Good to see you too. I feel like I just slid into home base just in the nick of time or something. So I'm going to start out with a couple of haikus. I hate when women apologize for nothing. I do. I'm sorry. Zombies wander up and down the aisles, vacant-eyed, then wide-eyed. Phones died. And I'd like to spring a new form on you here. Of course, Elizabeth Strauss has taught us all about the panku. Familiar bird call. Red-winged blackbird moves its beak in song. Turning the knobs, I sink into a hot tub. So speaking of Elizabeth and pankus, congratulations are in order on the occasion of her forthcoming book of pankus. She's gotten great reviews, and I'd like to add mine in panku form. Elizabeth Strauss is a wonderful poet. Buy her book. Thank you.
Unmute yourself, give it up for Marilee Johnson, y'all.
Great awesome, Marilee. Oh my. I love your sense of humor.
Marilee, go.
I love the love that the community gives. I love the love that the community gives. Also, Paul Skiff is coming in to check us out. Paul Skiff is an OG here at the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. Shout out to some people who are not on the open mic but are listening in, like Terry Rose Jertson. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate y'all. She is a mainstay here at the Monday Night Online Open Mic. My man Abraham Cardona, where he knows where the bodies are buried in New Jersey. My man, I hope to see you this weekend, man. I hope to see you this weekend. I hope all is well with you as well. Also, I saw Claudia here before. Hey, Claudia is still here. Shout out to Claudia. She has been joining us with the Let's Write a Book workshop. She's been doing fantastic. She's also been making sure that people are trying to write happy poems. I'm not sure how she's coming along with writing happy poems herself, but I'm giving it a big thumbs up. As I mentioned before, who was just coming in, the OG Paul Skiff, a true Lower East Sider. He is part of the originals, the people who brought the cafe to what it is. He was around during that time. Appreciate having him here as well. And Naima is about to join us. I hope I'm saying her name right. She was on YouTube, so I'll give her a shout out. Amalia is here. Is that the Amalia who's running Dumping Grounds? There's this open mic called Dumping Grounds that I think that Paul's giving me the thumbs up as well. Awesome. Shout out to Amalia. I hope all is well with you. And is it Naima Baptiste Muhammad? Am I saying your first name right? Let me know in the Zoom chat. She was joining us on YouTube. Now she has come to hang out with us on Zoom and say some nice things to the people here. I hope some nice things, or maybe she's coming to, spot on. I said her name right. Naima. Thank you, Naima. I hope you are enjoying yourself thus far. Also, DG Clearing is here, and he will be here for Hybrid on Saturday. And I'm not sure if I mentioned it before, we have karaoke afterwards. I'm gonna make sure Paul Queso, the host, is here. In a little bit, I'm gonna mute him. I'm gonna let him talk and explain that to you. But right now, what I want to do is I want to hand the mic over to the sung hero of the community, Mr. Ron Mark Thompson. He can let y'all know where you can find him online and a couple of things that he's involved in. Ron, a pleasure to see you. I see that, and I was talking to Ron earlier. If you see behind him, the owl looks like it's smirking because it ate the eye off of the smiley face, or the one smiley face. Go ahead, Ron. The floor is yours, brother.
Yeah, it was nuts what was going on before, but Mariella and you saved the day, so thank you. I have to be very careful of what's going on behind me. So thank you, Advocate, for letting me produce you. So just a reminder again, we do have upcoming events at the New York Poets Cafe. Every day of the week there is something going on, online or in person, including the slam poetry on Wednesdays and the hybrid and karaoke on Saturdays. And I actually got 2 poets reached out to me in the chat. So everything, including for hybrid, is now done on the ticket side. So if you want to perform, go to the ticket side. I just double checked. It's all there. You can, select the right field and get your ticket through there. It's all being streamlined so that all the tickets are done through the ticket site. Personally, Tara reminded me, like her, I have a little sheet here. You can follow me at Ron Mark Thompson or my organization Bronx Art and Fun Hub, and I will put that in the chat as well. Here we go. Okay. And on that note, you didn't come here to listen to me, but I'm going to introduce you to the next poet, Mr. Withdrawn. Are you there? Yes, you are. Okay. And Mr. Withdrawn, I just want to say, usually I don't get a chance to talk to all of you guys, especially when I'm in the DJ tech booth, at the New York Poets Cafe. But when you were there the last time, I don't know if it was 1 or 2 months ago. First of all, your poem was very powerful, all the different workshops, your body parts and all that stuff. So that was in itself powerful. But the discussion that we had, we spoke for like 5 or 10 minutes, and it was so healing for me, getting a chance to talk to you and talk about other things other than poetry. So I really, really appreciated that you took the time, to stop by the tech booth. I really, I love you. You know that. I hope we get to see you again this week or next month. Withdrawn, the floor is yours. Go ahead, introduce yourself to those who don't know you yet, which I don't know, I'm sure there are not that many, and then go ahead with your poem.
Man, I appreciate you, Ron. Thank you. Y'all can follow me at The Withdrawn on Instagram and thewithdrawn.com. And I got 2 short pieces dedicated to our mom of the New Year, La Bruja. This one's called Your Eyes Remind Me That the Earth is a Woman. You just can't interact with her and not feel something when you walk away. If you don't feel anything, you were in her presence, but you weren't present. And the second one is called Oceano de Luz. Caridad de la Luz. You are like the ocean. There are plenty parts of yourself that we haven't seen, that you have seen, that we have seen that you haven't seen. The best part of it is swimming in this odyssey of treasure and design together to create what all should call love. 100 years from now, when our current community of poets are no longer here, those airs will be breathing us in, discovering parts of us we hadn't ever gotten the chance to read, yet we're always here. I don't know about anyone else, but I'd rather die a mystery than to be figured out. That's how every one of us will go. That's how you will go when heaven swallows your light. And the beauty in that is just all in the beauty of the unknown. Thank you.
Wow, everyone, please unmute yourself and give a big round of applause.
On.
How you
That was
doing?
beautiful.
Wow, Cardi B.
I'd rather die a
I'm
mystery.
telling you, don't sleep on the withdrawn, man. For real. Ridiculous.
Damn, Withdrawn, like, wow, the serious side, you're just amazing. Was so glad you're part of our community. Please, I know it's a long bus ride for you, but whenever you can make it down to New York City, we want to see you, we want to hug you, thank you. And what a beautiful ode to La Brua, our executive director. And by the way, for those who still have not seen her one-woman show from Puerto Rico, she did it at Hostos back in February. She performed it at the New Rican Poets Cafe on last month, and it will come back to Hostos Community College next month. So if you haven't seen it yet, go and see it, June 3rd and 10th. Withdrawn, you're just amazing. So glad you're part of our community. And he just put in the chat where we can reach him. All right, coming up next, Unmesh Mohitkar, and I just love this poet because this is the reason why the Neo Rican Poets Cafe is international, why the pandemic has been, even though as bad as the pandemic has been, it's been great to our online community, and this is how we all found each other. Unmesh, I'm so glad you're part of our community all the way from India, doing your own open mics, and you're catching up. I think you're up to number 47 or 48, so watch out, New Rican Poets Cafe, you're getting close, So go ahead and introduce yourself to those who still may not know who you are, and then go ahead with your poem.
Thanks, Ron. Thanks, Advocate. You guys rock. And thanks, New Rican Cafe as well. I'll just love it. I'm Unmesh Mohitkar on Facebook and Instagram. And I've got open mic Let's Unmesh live every Saturday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, New York time. Please do join. You'll find poets reciting their poems in all languages. Here we go. This is about my mother. I think I wrote last year only for Neo, so here I go. I was full of doubts, falling again and again, clockwork of failures, world kicking me like a football from pillar to post. But she never doubted me. My abilities, my future, more than me even now. She has got that unwavering trust in herself. Throughout her life, right from the childhood, life has thrown curveballs at her. Sometimes she dodged, sometimes she just fell down just to get up. Being a girl and a daughter of a poor farmer was not easy. Farming is a glamorous job only for the non-farmer. Small farmers lives in debt and dies in debt. Going to college was rare for boys, leave aside girl. And she did it, found her world in the books. Books took her to places where nobody has gone, reading and memorizing poetry from known and unknown poets, an escape. Where she can fly to places she loved, visit dreams she dreamt. She refused to be bullied by the world. Became a teacher, taught students more about life than the deadpan syllabus. My father, a teacher, handsome man with a gift of the gab, who gave my mother wings to fly. Together, they created our world, our wonderful family. She has got rare talents. She can speak before an audience of hundreds of people, spellbound them, inspire them, recite poems from nowhere, read non-stop for days. daredevil she is. I have seen her facing an angry mob at 2 a.m. in the night, or going alone to the police station to complain about a goon. Even now, she is full of energy and strong. Her only weakness, her children, and her love for her husband. She's a big fan of him, adores him, though keeps chiding him, but she never misses a chance to express her love to him. An inspiration motivation. Even now, when I feel weak and hopeless, I look at her. I see the hope, unflinching confidence, devotion, and the will to protect her family at any cost. And the will to protect her family at any cost. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Unmute yourselves and give it up for Umesh
Oh, fucking gorgeous. Ode to your family. So beautiful.
What a great tribute.
Always, man. Always.
Unmatched.
He get it from his mama. Umesh Mohikar. Make sure you go give him a follow. Check out his book. Also, you can check out his open mic that he does, I believe, on Saturdays. It's on Saturday morning for those of us on the East Coast here of the United States. All that information, make sure you could go follow him on Instagram. He's on Facebook. Umesh Mohikar. Brother, love having you on. Shout out to Mama Mohikar. If she's the one who made you, because we be loving your poetry and your energy. Shout out to Mama Mohikar. Also joining us a little bit late, I see in the Zoom room, my man Ed Poetastic, Mr. Fantastic. Shout out to you, brother. Appreciate seeing you here. We also have a name that I don't recognize, and I hope I say it right. Jaciel Luison. I don't know if it's Luison or Luison, Jaciel. I am so sorry for butchering your name, but I hope you're enjoying us here on the Zoom chat. Appreciate you. Also, Idiunga is in the building, in the Zoom building. What's up, Idiunga? It is a pleasure to see her. She is a mainstay here at the Monday Night Online Open Mic and our in-person events. Hopefully, we get to see her this Saturday at Hybrid. And last but not least, I have mentioned her before, and it's like I called it, and she came, our host of the Thursday Night Online Open Mic, Ray Jane. We'll be hearing from her in a little bit so that she can talk and let y'all know about the Thursday night. Even though I promoted it, you get to hear from her voice itself. But right now, what I'd like to do is unmute everyone so we can give it up one more time for Mr. Ron Mark Thompson, the sung hero of the community. Thank you, Ron. Appreciate you.
Good job, Ron. Thank you.
Well done, Ron. Thank you.
Thank you, Ron.
Woo! Make sure that you go give Ron a follow. He not only produces the Monday Night Online Open Mic, but he's also producer now of the Wednesday Open Mic Poetry Slam here at the cafe, and producer of Hybrid, and also producer of the After Party, the karaoke. Again, we're going to talk to Paul in a little bit. Let's get some poems in first. And next coming up is Christy Scribbles, who has rocked out, joining us on Zoom before with Hybrid and also the karaoke. Hopefully we get to see her this Saturday or in one or both of those shows. Christy, let the good folks know where they can find you online, and then the floor is yours. Good to see you again, sis.
Yes, you too. I am on Instagram, the Poetry Alchemist. Okay, so I have been working with the sacred elements, and I was working with spirit. I'm a channeling poet, and this is what came out. I wanted to come to you tonight. Jumping souls. If they only knew how spirit works, how inception works, how souls jump in and jump out of the bellies of ripe, how they roam from here to there until it is their time to be birthed. If the vessel isn't right, then they just jump back to spirit and wait for their time. Wait for their time to come. It isn't so permanent. It's flexible and malleable, and the spirit works with the mother, not the other way around. The soul is in partnership with the woman, the person. It doesn't want to control her or them or decide for her or them. It wants to work with her, with them, when she is ready, when they are ready and willing and able to ask for the baby, the spirit to come join her, join them. It is a collaboration, the birthing of a soul, the bringing of a new being into this world. It is not demanded of a woman, a person, to have a baby. It is asked and agreed upon. Even before we come to this plane of existence, you choose your mom, your parents, your time, your soul chooses. So the woman, the person should choose their time, their consent, their allowance of the body that she or they are in. For it is hers, theirs, only theirs, and it is spirit, only spirit, and together the choice should be made. Not Roe versus Wade, but body and spirit and mind and doctors. That is the only way. You don't kill the spirit that is inside. It jumps out for another ride. It isn't so serious as you all make it seem. Listen to the mother, to the person, to the woman, to the body, to the spirit, to the heart. Not the fear, not the hate, not the doubt, the person, the woman, the mother. Thank you.
Unmute yourselves and give it up for Christy Scribbles. Scribbles.
That was very interesting.
Oh,
I enjoyed listening to that.
Love that. They bring that energy.
So good, Christy. Oh my God.
Yes.
Love it. Christy Scribbles at _poetry_alchemist. A mainstay here in the Monday night online open mic. We love having her on there. And I love it. I love it. The poem made me think a little bit. I'm not going to spoil much, right? But I did see the Doctor Strange. Everyone knows me, I love me the MCU, right? I love me the comics, but I love me the MCU. And there's a line in there. I'm not going to spoil the movie, but there's a line in there where they say to Wanda, for those who don't know, she delves in magic and whatnot. They say to her, your children aren't real, because she had created them, right? Like as a spell. And they said, your children aren't real, Wanda. You use magic to create it. And Wanda clapped back and she said, isn't that what all mothers do? And I love that clap back. And then listening to Christy's poem, I was like, ooh, yeah, I felt that too. I felt it. So Christy Scribbles, make sure you go give Christy a follow. Woo! Y'all gotta go see that movie, by the way. But before you go see the movie, make sure you go give Christy a follow on Instagram. _poetry_alchemist. All right, next coming up, we going to another magician, and that is my man, Jeremy Lee Simo. Where is he? Jeremy Lee Simo. Let me unmute Jeremy Lee Simo. Where is he? There he is. Look at that beautiful mug. Look at that beautiful mug and that beautiful goatee. My man, let the good folks know where they can find you online and they can find info about your book. And then the floor is yours.
Okay, well, first of all, it's Generalissimo Brian Franco on Facebook, GNRLSMO on Instagram. This Saturday, I'll be hosting I'll be facilitating a Tumble Words workshop. And also I will be doing my next Cafe Journalismo. It's this Saturday, and then my next Cafe Journalismo is on Monday, and then I am also going to be in June. I will be featuring at Dumping Grounds, which you mentioned earlier. Let me go ahead and do some pieces for you. Where did I have them? Here it is. The first is a haiku. Is there someone that I haven't seen read in such a long time? And I'm so glad she was here tonight. So this is a haiku for you. Marilee Johnson is such a cool poetess. Happy be her words. Okay, these next two poems. The first is called The Time I Got a Couple of Facial Tats. My great Aunt Mildred lived in a modest ranch house at the opposite end of the street as my grandparents' two-story home, with both screened-in front and back porches and an attic converted into a bedroom with multiple beds and cots for visiting grandkids. I was invited for lunch. There was a note on the door to let myself in. In 1973, Columbia, Tennessee, it wasn't necessary for people to lock their doors for safety's sake. She screamed in her sweet Southern old lady, wrinkly voice, I'm in the kitchen, honey. She was chopping celery for egg salad, which would be on toasted Wonder Bread with lettuce and sliced in triangle halves. She gave her wiry 7-year-old great nephew a big hug. She stepped back, lightly held up my chin and kissed my cheek, leaving a temporary tattoo of maroon lipstick that felt like it was made of frosting from the carrot cake staring at me from the counter under a glass top pedestal. She handed me a bowl with her famous marinated cucumber, onion, and dill salad peppered with a generous sprinkling of black pepper. Go and set this on the table and I'll be out with the sandwiches in a jiffy. The fancy antique dining table was set for 3. She always kept a place setting
on the table for Uncle Malin, who had died before I was born. There were 2 tall glasses of home-brewed sun tea and a glass pitcher filled with tea. I sat down and waited, then let out a high-pitched sneeze that might have been capable of breaking glass. I grasped the lace tablecloth, which caused one setting of Aunt Mildred's wedding china to crash to the ground and sent the cucumber salad fleeing like a frisbee to splatter on her French Revival plastic-covered couch that never caused my thighs to sweat because she ran her AC so cold. I burst into tears. She ran to comfort me and assess the situation. Oh, baby, that's why I cover that couch. I pointed to the broken dishes and cried like a banshee. She wiped my tears with a cloth napkin and said, I have coleslaw in the fridge and none of the sun tea spilled. She grabbed a whisk broom and dustpan for the broken dishes and wiped off the sofa. She brought in the slaw and sandwiches and said, I know carrot cake is your favorite. After my second slice of carrot cake, which was accompanied by chocolate milk from a glass bottle, she smiled and whispered, let's let this mess be our little secret. She never mentioned it again. When I got back to my grandparents' house, both my cheeks had lipstick tattoos, which my grandmother cleaned with a wet washcloth as she giggled, your Aunt Mildred sure is something else. And just one more poem, shorty, Why It Rarely Rains on the Jersey Shore. Whilst ambling barefoot through a meadow of soft, silky grass, my tender feet encounter a patch of downy wild zoysia lace with sharp-edged pebbles. These insurgent bits of geological shrapnel ambush my soles with pain dancing through my tootsies, making them feel as brittle as broiled sugar candy glass atop of creme brulee. I shrieked into the morning air, a yell that echoed against the sun, who yelled back at me, yo, shut up! I'm trying to fucking meditate over here. I have consequently solved the eternal mystery of the origin of the sun. She was born in New Jersey. Thank you, everyone.
Unmute yourself and give it
That
up
was
for
great,
Jeremy
Generalissimo.
Yeah.
Wow.
Love those people.
Yeah.
Wow.
Great.
Keep topping yourself.
So good.
John.
Jerry Lee Simo, make sure you go give him a follow. You can find out about his feature at Dumping Grounds, which we had mentioned earlier, and also about his book and his workshop that he is hosting. Jerry Lee Simo, mainstay here at the Monday Night Online Open Mic. I love it. I love it. I'm meditating over here. Such a Jersey thing. All right. Next coming up is Ruth Kapapis. I hope I'm saying that last name right. And I feel like, Ruth, you've been here before, Ruth. Have you performed or you wanted to and you weren't able to get on? And I see someone, oh, hi. Is that your son?
Yeah. This is
What's up, buddy? You
Say
wish,
hi. Say hi,
you wish,
everybody. Hi, everybody.
you wish Mom a happy Mother's Day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good job. So Ruth, wait, I feel like I've seen you before. You've performed here.
Yeah. I mostly share my poems on the Thursday night open mic with La Bruja and Ray Jane.
Okay, awesome. I felt like I recognized you before. All right, I didn't recognize his name, but I recognize his face. Awesome. Happy belated Mother's Day. Ruth, let the folks know where they can find you online, and then the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. I'll share my information on the chat. Tonight I'll be sharing a narrative or a poem that I wrote for my husband and his mom. His mom currently has progressive Alzheimer's disease, and she has been staying at the assisted living for a while now. I wrote this because I just want my husband to continue to remember his mom's love for him. So I gave it the title "The Long Goodbye" because a lot of people refer to Alzheimer's as the long goodbye, meaning, the sickness we're in, there's no ending of saying goodbye. The long goodbye, a mother's struggle with Alzheimer's. The dark shadows have caught my mind, sealed in a place where no one will find. But a small window brings me a lot of hope in the dark, where flashes of our time come to life. My thoughts see you, but I am lost for words. My body feels you, but I'm stuck in a blank space. Blanket of ashes storms the field of treasured memories. I am fading, slowly fading. My path is done, but my days are not. I want to continue my life with you. I want to say words that express my love for you. I want to always remember you. I don't want to leave you, but how can I stay when the long goodbye has begun its way? Soon I will forget you, and I will forget me. But in my heart, you'll always be cherished. My love for you will never change, not one little bit, no matter how long our goodbyes may take. My path is done, but my days are not. I will continue my life with you and try to say words that express my love for you. I will always remember you in my heart. I don't want to leave you, but how can I stay when the long goodbye has begun its way? Oh, how can I stay longer with you when the long goodbye has begun its way?
Ooh, unmute yourselves. Let's give some love to
really
Ruth.
nice.
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
Touching.
Oh, powerful.
Incredible.
Wow.
Thank you so much for sharing.
I
One
apologize.
of us.
I apologize for the noise. I'm feeding my kid, and then my dogs are like in the background trying to, play around. So I apologize for the background noise.
We hung on every word. We hung
We
on
rolled
every
with
word.
it.
We
Beautiful
were with you
noise.
the whole time. We really were. No apology necessary.
Make sure that y'all go give Ruth a follow. Ruth, put your info into the chat. And, it was fitting that there was a lot of noise back there with the dogs and the kid. It's very motherly. That's what it is. That's what it is to be your mom right there, right? Like, it's so hard to get time for yourself to do that. So I appreciate it. It added to the element. And of course, we're sending you and your husband and your mother-in-law, like, all the love and the strength in the world. We appreciate you sharing that with us, Ruth. Put your info into the chat. Ruth Kapapas. Am I saying it right? Did I say it right? No? Oh, no, I did. I said it right. Okay. All right, awesome. And don't be a stranger here. Of course, we want you on Thursday nights with Ray Jane, but we want you to come hang out here too on Monday nights. Speaking of that, we'll get to Ray Jane in a second. Ray Jane, if you're listening, we're going to get to you in a second. First, I want to unmute Mr. Paul Conqueso, our host of the after party, the karaoke party. It is going to be right after Hybrid this Saturday. Paul, let the good folks know a little bit about what they can expect.
Yes, sir, brother. So immediately following the hybrid show at 7 p.m. on Saturday the 14th, if you are attending in person, your ticket to the hybrid show is also your ticket to the karaoke after party, which starts at 9:30 p.m. and we end around 1 a.m. Sometimes it's a little sooner because we wrap up. But 1 a.m. is always the aim. We're there, we're drinking, we're having a good time, we're bugging out on stage. It's a space filled with laughter, and y'all, and energy, just so much energy. Y'all really bring it. We got a ton of poets and singers coming out from Newark. I hope we have y'all join us on Zoom. If you want to join in on the Zoom link, it's only $5, and you can jump in and buy those tickets online in advance now, and they will send out the link between when the hybrid show ends at 9 and when our karaoke after party starts at 9:30. Whether you're in the NYC area and you want to come through and grace the stage physically, or you want to Zoom yourself in from wherever you are on the globe, please come through. Crack a beverage with us. It doesn't have to be alcoholic. Just bring your spirits, bring your spirit, and I hope to see y'all there.
This Saturday, and who knows, man, maybe Paul will drink a little too much and the honey trap will lose some clothes. Who knows? We never know what's going to happen there. It gets so lit at karaoke. It is so much fun. Hopefully I can make it, like after it's so great because hybrid, hybrid's great, right? And there's also like a lot of intensity. It's like, we're going through all these emotions. And then like karaoke is like, all right, now we could all kind of let loose. It is so fantastic. So make sure, go give Paul a follow. He didn't tell you where you can follow him, but if you see in the Zoom, it's right there at Paul con queso. When you spell queso, that's with a Q, Queso. Make sure that you go and you give him a follow. And as you heard me mention earlier, and you heard Ruth mention right before her poem about Thursday night online open mics, that is now hosted by Ray Jane. Ray, if you could unmute yourself, let the good folks know a little bit about Thursday. You know, if they can't wait for Saturday to share more poetry, they need another spot. Let them know about Thursdays.
First of all, if that's you and you can't wait, ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? We the same kind of people. So if you're looking for your peoples, on Thursday night, you can definitely find us 9 p.m. Eastern. If you would like to share on Thursday nights, you have to sign up 24 hours ahead of time. So that means I want to spit on Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. So I'm going to sign up at theneweurekan.org 24 hours before on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. 20 of y'all will be guaranteed. And you know, it's always some stragglers. That's okay. Like I said, we're community. We understand. Okay. So you might could get yourself on the good luck round. We hope to get you on either way. Come through, advocate. You already know. Just trying to keep that love going. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? Love y'all. Hope to see y'all soon.
Also on Thursdays, you can not only just do poetry, but music and comedy. Any form of spoken word is welcome. And Ray Jane is our new host there. She's been doing it for about a month now. Love having her on. And if y'all know anything about Ray Jane, we like to call her Thunderlung, because when she performs her poetry, it's like the ancestors are speaking through her. For more information on that, you can give her a follow at It's Ray Jane, at ITS Ray Jane. You could also check out her website. It's rayjane.com, ITS Ray Jane. Appreciate you, Ray. Thank you so much for checking us out here on Mondays and letting the good folks know they can find you on Thursdays.
Thanks. Love you.
Ray Jane, mainstay here. Oh, even though she is the Thursday host, she's still a mainstay here on the Monday night online open mic. Very much part of this community. All right, so let's go. Oh, before I move forward, I forgot to mention, because I know Ron was hosting, and I heard the Withdrawns poems. I thought it was fantastic. You know, this dude likes to do his mommy and daddy language type poems, and every now and then he likes to show that he's just a big teddy bear at heart. So I appreciated your poems, brother. I want to let you know that I got to hear you as well, even though Ron was hosting. All right, now let's get to it. We have waited long enough to hear Liz Minette. Liz has made her comeback. We haven't heard her in a while. She is off at all these fancy parties and writing the next great American novel. That's why we haven't heard from her. Liz, we appreciate you taking some time to hang out with us. We've missed you. Let the folks know where they can find you online, and then we ready for whatever you got, sis. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Advocate. Yeah, all the parties in Esco, Minnesota, northern Minnesota. That makes me laugh. Anyway, it's great to be back, fam. Great to see all of your faces, and I great to be back. So I just have one poem. And I will put my contact deets in the chat when I'm done. Okay. Okay. Let's see. This one's called 82. And let's see here. Okay. 82, and she steps, stocking foot careful, onto the wooden school chair we keep in the kitchen to reach the top cupboard. She's china and attentive, like the girl given responsibility to handle the good dishes as she reaches for the silver bowl, the one she received on her wedding day from her best friend, Marie, who as kids used to run the paper alleys with her, their small farming town that's now Prairie Ghetto. She steps down 1, 2 from the chair, making sure she doesn't trip over the worn heel slippers she kicked off at the bottom of it. The bowl is for clementines, just purchased, their ripped netted bag, small suns placed one by one into a silver universe. Thank you, gang. Thank you, fam. Thank you.
Unmute yourselves and give it up for the partier, Liz
Nice,
Minette.
Okay, I gotta go because I gotta get back to it.
you. Thank you.
Liz Minette, make sure that y'all check the chat. Liz is about to drop all her information so that y'all know where y'all could go get your party on over in northern Minnesota, because it be lit up there. That's as the kids say. It's lit up in the Minnesota. Liz Minette, do not be a stranger, Liz, please. You need time to calm down and rest from all the partying, and we love your poetry. Appreciate you, sis. Liz Minette. All right. Next coming up, I got it. This person signed up, so I have to let them perform, even though my girlfriend has a thing for this person as well. But you know, these are the rules, right? These are the rules. So yeah, Nico Diaz, you can follow him at nicodiaz.nyc. He's a mainstay member of the community. He has performed at Hybrid and also 2 venues, 1 mic, a bunch of stuff. And he's really awesome. And yeah, go ahead, Nico. Let the folks know where they can find you.
Quite. I'm literally crying. That's so funny.
My man, go ahead, brother. It's good to see you. Let the folks know where they can find you online, and then the floor is yours.
Awesome. Thank you. Quite an introduction. What's good, everybody? My name is Nico Diaz. As Advocate mentioned, got a lot of stuff going on. Excited to be here with you all today. Whatchamacallit? Yeah, I am going to deviate from the theme today and share some new shit that I just wrote today, and then a piece that I wrote earlier this week, thinking about something you mentioned was like trying to write happy poems or just something that's not so depressing. So this was my attempt. All right, this first one is called Poem for Sanity. Less of a choice, more of a compulsion. I write not to silence the voices, but to dialogue, to have a chat with myself. I'm not crazy. Who said that? So that's the first piece. And then this next piece is called Heartquake. What do you call the opposite of heartbreak? How do you name the feeling of forming of the fullness of the soul? Volumes upon volumes, tome after tome have been penned about the shattering, the snapping, the cracking, the gasping, the decaying of the heart. You know what it sounds like. You know what it smells like. The stench wafting, wailing through the air, radiating off every poet's pen, every poet's palm, every person's palm. This poet knows firsthand the hollow feeling in his chest, the ache of heartbreak, but humbly seeks to offer the universe, the lords and ladies of Merriam-Webster, you all, a yin to its yang, a sunny to its Cher, an Anakin to its Obi-Wan. You are the chosen one, an antonym to heartbreak, heartquake. That one is still, I gotta write the second half of it, but that is the beginning. Anyway, yeah, that's me. I'll put my link tree in the chat.
Yeah.
Nico. Good job.
Nico Diaz. Yeah, whatever. Nico Diaz. Follow him at nicodiaz.nyc. He's doing a lot of stuff. A lot of people like him. Yeah. Nico Diaz. Next up, my man Nico. Make sure you go give him a follow. That dude is all kinds of awesome. I'm not mad. I almost got Diane Ward. I'm working on it. It's been working on over a year. It's all right. You know, for those who don't know, Mariella is coming to New York City because she's going to go for the LLM program in New York City at NYU, which means she's going to become a lawyer. So, like, if I was to, like, you know, break up with her and leave her for someone, she'd sue me. But if she leaves me for Urban Cowboy Poet or Nico, then I don't get sued. I'm all good with that. Give Nico Diaz a follow. All right. Enough of my personal drama, and let us get back into it as now Sydney Scaife is back. Sydney, let me unmute. Sydney, we haven't seen you in a while. Are you in northern Minnesota partying with Liz Minette? Where have you been, Sydney? Let the folks know where they can find you online, and then the floor is yours. Good to see you again.
Hello, everyone. Long time no see. My name is Sydney, but I also go by my stage name Ajna Muse, which is in my bio, but I'll type it again later. And I have a little piece prepared today called The Art of War. It's a little bit new. It's still a work in progress, but I kind of wrote this in reaction in response to a lot of things going on, and I just want to shed a little light on it. But more importantly, I just wanted to uplift women. I just want to take space to thank all the women in our lives, all the mothers in our lives, and just all the people that continue to support the femmes that really got it going on. All right. Vincent Ventula, the ruler of the medulla, sits in our lizard brains, telling us when to preach, reminiscing in all our gains, commanding us on our feet. Yes, the dark matter in our oblongata. And he's telling us we are the source of all of this slaughter. A seed for our ancestors' remorse that keeps us attuned to the phantoms within our lore. The supernatural force that creeps along the forest floor and weeps alone, bequeathed by the willow's bark, thicker than the sap that bleeds during our strife. But can you believe this lie? Women's equality, our modern day femicide. Because the women like me are still clocked when we move without the sheath of the moonlight, without our cloak that keeps us safe from these lust-diseased blokes. Yes, the same shitheads that have stripped my sisters and my non-binary kin of their autonomy of their effeminated bodies. Now, it is easier to get an AK than the proper care for the uterine process. Yes, the same equality that reduces our women of their quality until they're commodified into the Eurocentric body type or this over-glorified BBL. And I said it once because I speak it well, but I'm repulsed by how we as a people have failed the mothers who have nursed us through this carnage with the love that will forever prevail against this age-old duel brought in by the colonists. Love versus accomplishment. But you see, love never dies, it just changes form. This nonsensical peace for which we mourn like a wildfire eased by the storm, giving us more life as we tend to the beauty that lays beneath this floor. Yet we just stand here hoping for some more, growing dormant in this sharp loss of hope, seeing the maternal get choked by the male ego. The ramifications from the normalization of the feminine's ostracization from her home, a false security all throughout the globe. And Lord knows that she is the only thing keeping us connected to the source. Our mothers, our sisters, our grandmas, and our aunties, the leaders of the femmes and the quartet that has kept the world from delving into apocalypse with their sheer resilience to see our toddlers blossom into their thrones, but never duly compensated for allaying all this social raucous that has been dropped on top of them. Yet we somehow have only seen to have accomplished, recognizing the patriarchy as the source of our conflict. But is that really it? Have you not heard the howls from the wind, the pain infused into the rain as Mother Gaia weeps for her kin? How many more will they take before we revolutionize what it means to make it safe? How long will femicide be a constant before we bear arms and end this war? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Unmute yourselves.
Yeah, that rocked.
Wow, that was
Yeah.
amazing.
Nice.
Really great.
Nice. Tell them about it.
Ajna Muse, make sure you go give them a follow at Ajna_Muse, AJNA_Muse. Appreciate seeing you again. Do not be a stranger. Don't party too hard with Liz Minette. All right, get your poetry on Monday nights. Good seeing you again, Sydney. All right, we're down to our last two poets. Next coming up is, so last week, or 2 weeks ago, we did the poet appreciation, and this fantastic poet, Mr. Julian Matthews, read one of my poems. And Julian Matthews, look, Julian has like this kind of spirit that you can invite him over for Sunday dinner. He wouldn't say a bad thing. Incredibly polite gentleman. And he used such foul language to read one of my poems. And it's been one of the highlights of me hosting this Monday night online open mic. But his poetry is fantastic. Our brother from Malaysia, Julian Matthews. My man, it is good to see you as always. Let the folks know where they can find you online, and then we ready for your fire. We ready for your words, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Hi.
This is called Unlike Our Mothers. I'm at a Kinokuniya bookstore after a long while since the lockdown, the welcome scent of fresh new books permeating through my double mask, triggering memories of homes past, number 18 Freeman Road, the bookshelf with the Encyclopedia Britannica with gold lettering, and the set of children's classics, Black Beauty, Tom Sawyer, Robin Hood, King Arthur. A young mind seated with knowledge, heroes, and adventure, and of you. Cooking curry on the stove, how you handled the pot and served it without flinching, your calloused hands unscathed from the heat, like it was some kind of superpower. Unlike me this morning, pulling the coffee from the microwave and yelping like a stepped-on puppy, almost flipping the mug over and blowing my fingers as if it would help. How soft I've become in adulthood, so unrepresentative of your DNA, your tenacity, your resilience, the innate ability to get through tough times. Your generation was made of sterner stuff. My generation applauds from apartment buildings for those in ICU, then waddles back to get our eternal fix from the MCU. For what is a pandemic compared to surviving World War II or motherhood for 65 years? The heroics of the many in place of the few. I scan the spines of books hoping to grow a backbone from all this reading. A wannabe writer cooking up stories lacking the same spice. My clumsy hands often hidden in company, stewing in pockets, fingers emerging only to type me poetry on padded keys. Documenting your hands. Thumbprints singed off. Palms toughened from cradling the world, holding on to hearts long after the scathing. Thank you.
Ooh, give it up for Julian Matthews.
Julian.
That's great.
That's a
Holy
great
cow.
one. Another great
Always
one.
incredible,
Always
Julian.
changing the weather. I'm
So
telling you,
amazing.
Julian Matthews is always dope.
Always, Julian.
Julian Matthews, I love his writing. I love the way he shares his poetry, so confident a reader. You know, I've been doing this for a while, and look, I can light up a stage. I can entertain, right? But I'm really energetic, so I always appreciate those poets who just let their words do all the work, right? And Julian, he writes those type of poems, and I just love it, and I love the imagery, and like talked about the calloused hands from cradling the world, like what the. Julian Matthews, go give him a follow. And one more time, congratulations to him for his short story getting published. You know, not just a poet, he's a writer. He's a writer. Love me some Julian Matthews. Make sure that y'all go give him a follow. Julian Matthews, our brother out in Malaysia. All right. Now we are going to the professor, who always gets a little embarrassed about it. Or smiles like, how do you know? Because Ray Camacho shouted you out. Professor McGuire in the Zoom chat. Nicole Hernandez McGuire. It is a pleasure to see you, Professor. I hope that you have been enjoying the show thus far. I like what you're doing with the hair. It's not very professor-like, but that's what I love. Poets break rules, but it's looking awesome. Let the folks know where they can find you online, and then the floor is yours.
I'm putting my new poetry IG in the chat, and as well as my established one. And also, it's funny you mentioned Ray. I'm actually going to be presenting with him, sharing a stage with him on Wednesday at LaGuardia Community College, where I taught him many, many moons ago. So really interesting. I was his business professor, by the way. So it's really odd that we kind of connected through this, but comes full circle, you know? So I have two poems today. They're both on theme. The first one is called Time. Dear daughter, don't let anyone tell you that you have plenty of time. Time to study, time to travel, time to fall in love. It's a common misconception, an ill-directed perception which functions only in holding you back from doing the things you're meant to do, from breathing life into your passions, growing so large that you no longer fit into anyone's mold, anyone's cuffs. There is never enough time. Time to explore all the wonderful undertakings you are capable of. So get out there, daughter, and start it now. Do the things you have been dreaming about, the things that make your eyelids flutter when I come to check on you at night and tuck you in more tightly. I can give most anything to you, my love, but I can't give you time. And then the second one I have, thank you, is called My Mama's Got Shoes. Mama never had the type of feet that could fit into those dainty things, the ones you find in expensive catalogs and on the feet of ultra chic women parading down Columbus Avenue while balancing their lean bodies and full-figured shopping bags on tiny little stilts, head swirling in pointy-toed glory. No, Mama's got broad feet, gigantic toes and massive heels, would not, could not contort to fit some pretty triangular shape. Those toes would rip right out of that feminine silk soft fabric and spill onto concrete thinking they were home. Mama's shoes weren't sexy because they didn't give her pain. Mom saved pain for the good stuff, like being married for 30 years to a man that didn't love her, or hearing her daughter spit fire in her face like, you have no class. Mom stood strong in imitation leather, shoes made in Malaysia instead of Italy, shoes that let her run, jump, climb, and kick my ass into submission when it had to be done. I never saw Mom wobble or catch a heel in a grate, though I did see her stomp a man who put his hand on me. Stretchy brown loafers from Payless kept those 10s comfy enough to walk 3 girls to school each day and month and year. They sheltered those big rough feet that held her, held me, held us all up so resolutely. Thank you.
Ooh,
Magnificent.
Give it up for Nicole.
Magnificent.
Nice job, Nicole.
Oh my God.
Dress, everything. Thank you.
Excellent.
Beautiful.
Love to give it up for Mom right there. Mom was gangster. Like I love that imagery, right? Never saw my mom, catch her heel in the grate, but she stomped the man out who put his hands on me. Loved it. Nicole Hernandez McGuire, make sure that you go give her a follow. Thank you, Professor McGuire, a mainstay here at the Monday Night Online Open Mic. Good luck on Wednesday. I know that you and Ray Camacho are going to kill it. Appreciate you. Also, I forgot to give a shout out to Mariah, who joined us a little late. Mariah is a fantastic poet, a mainstay here in the Monday Night Online Open Mic. And Mariah's poems are not only awesome, but so is their acts. Thank you, Mariah, for checking us out. One more time, I want to give a shout out to the sung hero of the community, Mr. Ron Mark Thompson. He will be producing this Wednesday with me at the Wednesday night Poetry Slam Open. He will also be producing the hybrid event that is happening this Saturday at the cafe at 6:30 p.m. The doors open. We begin promptly at 7 p.m. We still have some room, I believe, on the Zoom list. If you would like to join us on Zoom and rock out so that people here in the cafe can hear you, you can go to nuyorican.org. It's on our full events calendar, May 14th. Of course, we are back here next Monday. Karaoke is right after the hybrid this Saturday. I'm excited. Mariella is going to be here in the building. My girlfriend is coming from the UK. Oh, and I also found out that guess what? It's a big deal that Mariella is going to NYU for her LLM. But Diane Ward graduated from NYU, so it's like, Diane let me know I must have a thing for NYU ladies. I guess I do. I guess I do. I don't know what to say, but yes. And apparently Mariella is going to be duetting with a few people, just not Nico Diaz or the Urban Cowboy Poet. So make sure that y'all come and check that out here on Saturday. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Advocate of Wordz with a Z at the end, because poetic license, as I like to always say, WORDZ. Also on YouTube. And next week our theme is light. I'm really or light, not plural, light, but poetic license. You can flip it however you want. Check out the website, nuyorican.org. And I think we have heard enough of my mouth all night long. And who better to close out the show than the person who be getting lit in northern Minnesota, Liz Minette. Liz, take us home. We ready.
Okay. Good night, sweet poet. Thank you for, let me make sure I'm unmuted. Okay, sorry. Let's go again. It's all that partying, gang. Just in northern Minnesota. Good night, sweet poet. Thank you for sharing what you've written. Good night, sweet poet. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Good night, sweet poet. May your dreams be as imaginative as tonight's poems. Good night, sweet poet. Thank you for inviting the spirit of Miguel Algaran into your home. This has been the Monday night online open mic presented by the Nuyorican Poets Cafe, hosted by Advocate of Wordz. On behalf of the community, family, tonight, I, Liz Manette, would like to say good night, sweet